What the players see beyond the archway is a destitute small village. It comprises of these small little nests made up of silky webbing that cling to the walls, stacked on top of one another like apartment buildings, or rather much more like freight crates stacked on one another, as this place is much more like a shanty town than an actual village. The residents of this village are all gathered in the central ground floor of this village, and they are in the act of worship. They worship towards the cathedral at the north end of this village, which is dedicated to the worship of the Celadon Queen, who herself is on the balcony giving a sermon. The residents of this village are all arachnid-like humanoids, and they are all very varied. Any combination of arachnid and humanoid features you can come up with is most likely found here. There's around 40 families worth of citizens here, which stacks to something like 150 arachnid humanoids. They are all there are ones that look like centaurs in the way that they have a spider's lower body and a humanoid upper body. There are straight up spiders that have human faces. There are very lycanthrope-like spiders that are on two legs and have multiple arms and are covered in spider-like fur. There are hunchbacks whose hump has like protrusions that look like spider limbs, and anything you can come up with can be found here. They all have wrinkly, loose, pale skin and black beady eyes as a kind of combining appearance feature about them. They are all called the Children of the Earth, and they are the flock of the Celadon Queen's kind of coterie. On the balcony, she is giving a sermon, and she is accompanied by a kind of Merovingian who looks very much like a female version, and a kind of a floating flesh ball with a single red eye. That's a Death Kiss beholder from Volo's Guide. These people are holding up a sermon, like said before, and the sermon is all about the flock who are on their knees worshipping, realizing their position in life, realizing the kind of humble nature of their existence, and being content and being very grateful for the mere pleasure of existing from the grace of the Celadon Queen and her coterie. The Celadon Queen is praising the essence of Juiblex of Shedlaka, and she is revering him as the father of all oozing kind and the lifeblood of Molor, where we are right now. The kind of sermon is going to get interrupted by the Death Kiss beholder, who is going to stand in and is going to start shouting accusations to the flock about deceit and betrayal and the kind of blasphemy of desecrating the kind of the forbidden fruit of this palace, the fountain of blood that the players just came across, where the spider was drinking from it. It will start to scan the locals who are now about to break into hysterics of fear, and it will easily locate the spider the players noticed by the pool. And once it's located, the citizens themselves are going to grab it, and with glee they're going to drag him to the steps of the cathedral, where a large kind of 8-foot-tall humanoid is standing. It's a flesh golem that's kind of obese and hairless, and it has cleavers for arms, very much like the monstrous creature, the Executor, in the movie 300, and it's going to cleave the spider in half, alleviating the tension in the air, and the Death Kiss beholder is going to feast on the terror of the people, feast on the hysteria of the people, and its ego, its massive beholder ego, is also going to be satiated by the wanton worship of this kind of godlike status that it's standing in the eyes of the flock. Once this execution has happened, the Celadon Queen is going to continue with her sermon, and she is going to issue the beginning of the communion. This communion is the only nourishment these citizens get every day. Their only existence is to worship and to be fed in this communion, and they are all malnourished and fearful and shaking and miserable. Monks are going to come out from the front doors of the building, and there's going to be like 40 of them. They're all wearing celadon-colored cloaks, and they are all carrying chalices that are holding the blood potion that the players noticed in the drainage vault that acts like a healing potion. They are going to walk among the people while the Merovingian is throat-singing its chants, very much like the throat-singing chants in the Marotorium before. And while these people are being chanted to, they are going to drink from these chalices, and they are going to feel this kind of ecstatic pleasure of feeling like being alive, let's say. Once this is all done, the people are going to retire back into their homes, and the monks, along with the flesh golem, are going to return back to the cathedral. These people are very much like approachable. They will speak with the players, though they are fearful, and they do believe that basically the sky can fall on their heads at any moment, and they should just be thankful for the Celadon Queen for the ability to suck in air and have a beating heart. And next we're going to go into the individual nests and then into the cathedral itself.